Platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter are banking on developing artificial intelligence technology to help stop the spread of hateful speech on their networks. The idea is that complex algorithms that use natural language processing will flag racist or violent speech faster and better than human beings possibly can. Doing this effectively is more urgent than ever in light of the recent mass shootings and violence linked to hate speech online. But two new studies show that AI trained to identify hate speech may actually end up amplifying racial bias. In one study, researchers found that leading AI models for processing hate speech were 1.5 times more likely to flag tweets as offensive or hateful when they're written by African Americans, and 2.2 times more likely to flag tweets written in African American English, which is commonly spoken by black people in the US. Another study found similar widespread evidence of racial bias against black speech in 5 widely used academic data sets for studying hate speech that totaled around 155,800 Twitter posts. So it's interesting right here that they say that they do this because of mass shootings and stuff like that, but those aren't the ones that are ever flagged, arrested, or scrutinized, or prevented from doing these kind of shootings, but they're flagging things that we talk about. But algorithms and content moderators who grade the task data that teaches these algorithms how to do their job don't usually know the context of the comments they're reviewing. So therefore, if the programmer was biased, then it's going to be programmed biasly. Both papers presented at a recent prestigious annual conference for computational linguistics show how natural language processing AI, which is often proposed as a tool to objectively identify offensive language, can amplify the same biases that human beings have. Also proves how the test data that feeds these algorithms have baked in bias from the start. That's pretty much what I was just saying. Anecdotally, activists have for some time accused platforms like Facebook of policing the speech of black Americans more strictly than that of white Americans. In one notable case reported by the Revel, a black woman was banned from Facebook for posting the same "Dear White People" note that many of her white friends posted without suffering any consequences. So Martin Sapp, a PhD student in computer science and engineering, and his colleagues at the University of Washington set out to study what's flagged as offensive on Twitter because of an important political conversations that happened on the platform. They first gathered more than 100,000 tweets used in 2 widely cited academic data sets. These tweets had been hand flagged by human beings with labels such as being hate speech, offensive, or abusive. The results were astounding. Tweets written by self-identified African American users were on the average found to be 1.5 times more likely to be flagged as offensive. Researchers then applied this test data into a larger algorithmic model run using natural language processing on 56 million tweets and saw that these biases were only further reinforced.